I'm good, thank you. I'm very good. It's
Nice.
sunny weather in Copenhagen, so that's nice.
You're in your home?
Yeah, I'm in my like in my room in my apartment. I live together with seven other young people.
Nice.
So that's
Yeah.
yeah.
I lived in Belgium for the summer with seven
Oh,
people
really?
also. Yeah.
Did
It's
you like
nice.
it?
Yeah, a lot. I
Yeah.
loved it. I saw your birthday was on August the 13th, is that right?
That's right. Yes, that's correct.
Well, late congratulations.
Thank you.
You know, some really great people have been born that day. Some of my best
Really?
friends and my grandfather
Oh.
that I love. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So that's cool.
Oh, cool. That's a lucky day. I was born on the Friday the 13th,
That's a really
so
good
that's
day.
awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice. So you're in Denmark right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to ask you actually, how's life in Denmark? How would you describe it? Because I mean, it must be so different from Mexico. Because, for example, Belgium lives in a welfare state, and we have
Yeah.
very different
Yeah.
problems.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've heard like because I have friends that's been to Mexico and they say that it's so beautiful and that it's like it's not like anything they've ever seen before. So I'm so excited to go there. But I would say Denmark, I mean, it's a very chilled, chillaxed country. Like people like relax a lot because as you say, we have this big welfare system that will save your ass if you get in trouble at any. So it's like everybody is just like, yeah, hi, hi, it's just,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and that sometimes people tend to get a bit lazy because of that, because, you can't really go wrong because government will save you, which is, of course, a good thing. I mean, but there's a dark side of every moon, so it's just like that. And we don't have any beautiful nature, like if you ask me, we don't have any mountains but we have a lot of seas, though. Nice, a lot of beaches and stuff. But it's not very warm, so you don't
Yeah.
really use it.
But it must be nice, no? Like going to the beach and just seeing the ocean.
Yeah, that's right. It is nice. It's very relaxed. It's very relaxed. I mean, it's cozy.
Yeah, I figure. And you mentioned like that dark side. What do you think is like the brightest side of living there?
Well, I would say that again, the welfare system takes care of you, and
Hmm.
people, actually, they say that they've made like a statistics that says that people in Denmark are the happiest people in the world.
Huh.
So there's some nice vibes going on.
Yeah.
Most people, I guess, are kind of happy. If you can say that. I
Yeah.
mean, I guess you can't really like calculate on happiness, but it's you know people people get help if they have problems, and people are rich, I guess.
People are rich.
Which not that money makes you happy,
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
like everybody, every child can go to school and all that shit. So I guess
Oh,
we got
yeah.
everything.
That's definitely great. I think everyone should get to go to school. That's basic.
Oh yeah. No, you're right. I agree.
Yeah. And speaking about school, I saw a reference that I don't know if I got it right, but in one of your songs, I heard this reference like to a yellow wallpaper. And was it
Oh yeah, yeah.
to Charlotte Perkins or was it just a yellow wallpaper?
No, that's a song called Fire Rights, where I sing, "What am I to do in my
Yeah.
room? Look at the walls turning yellow." And that's the show when you smoke a lot of cigarettes, your white walls will turn yellow because of the nicotine. So
Interesting.
that's about.
Yeah, because that's also a really good piece of literature. If you have ever read it, it talks about this woman who's feeling trapped and caged in her room,
Oh,
and she
yeah,
starts hallucinating with the yellow walls.
yeah, yeah. Oh, so she's trapped in the room.
Yeah.
Oh, that's how you can feel sometimes, though.
Yeah, and I mean that maybe in northern countries, maybe you could feel a bit isolated. Does that happen or no?
Feel a bit hideaway.
Yeah, a bit like isolated from
Yeah.
things.
Yeah, well, I mean, I grew up in a little suburb in Denmark, like not even outside of Copenhagen, but
Hmm.
outside of another like smaller town, and that was very isolated. But I remember, you would always like because that's why I love nature so much, because I would always like walk around in the neighborhood or in the forest and stuff and just dream about what life would be like when I grew up and something like that. So, I mean, isolation can be very inspiring, but it's also the worst thing in the world sometimes.
Yeah. And if I may, what did you dream when you were dreaming of what would become?
I dreamed about being a pop star. That was all I wanted. Like
Nice.
since I was 7, it's been my biggest fucking dream. So yeah,
That's a really good dream, and I guess you kind of got there, so it's
yeah,
great.
yeah.
And actually, I was wondering, where did you film the Walk This Way video? Because the place was really, really cool.
Yeah, I love the location. When I saw the location, I was like, oh, this is perfect,
Yeah.
because I love the whole sports vibe and the school thing. And like, it was just, yes, nice one.
Yeah, that was
That
a
was exactly what I wanted it to be like. So that's nice. The
that
only thing I don't like about the video is that I look so angry.
Yeah, you do look a bit
But
angry, but it's more like
yeah,
it's like
I don't really
raw.
smile at any point. Yeah, I mean, I like to have that attitude, but I want to mix it with some like, otherwise it's too bitchy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I guess it's sometimes it's difficult, no, like to not come off bitchy and to mix
yeah,
it with
yeah,
this emotional side.
exactly. Because yeah, it's so hard to. I mean, because even though I really tend to be myself in everything I do with my music, sometimes when your face is just right there on camera, it's so hard to figure out the border between just being myself as I am now and then being the stage person in a way.
Yeah.
So it's so like because you want to show some emotions, but like you don't want to not take it serious. So it's like it's so hard sometimes. Kind of find the right balance.
Yeah, I guess some people would get really overwhelmed. How do you balance it?
Yeah, well, I mean, I just really try to always just be myself. But like like I said with the music videos, it's so hard because you can't really totally be yourself because you are acting when you're
Yeah, yeah,
doing
exactly.
and so that's why it's so hard because normally I'm just always like I really just want to also when I play live I just want to let go and become this animal, like in a way like because you know get into the lyrics that I wrote because they're all very personal and like it's all like and so you want to just re-experience those emotions and show it to the audience so that they will see that you fucking mean it. So yeah.
Yeah, I think that you have like this very raw and swag side to you, but you also have, like you say, the lyrics are very personal, and you listen to them and then you just feel them. You're like, okay, yes, she means it, and I think that's really
Oh,
good
that's
in an
good.
artist. Yeah,
Cool. I'm very glad you think so because that's something that's very important to me, like to not be a product that's made up by evil suits. So, so yeah, that's nice.
oh yeah, that's always good not to be just a product. I think we're all humans, so we should
Yeah.
just keep on being humans, you know.
Yeah.
And
Totally.
like when you're on stage, I've always wondered this. Maybe you can solve it. Some people in the crowd are always like, "Oh, oh, she looked at me," or "He looked at me," and
Yeah.
you're like, "No, they didn't." But do you sometimes find like interesting people in the crowd that you keep looking at or something?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's like it's very. I mean, actually, at every concert, I look people in the eye and I do think about them in that moment. And also because sometimes I'm out and grabbing people's hands and like maybe even sitting on the shoulders and something like that. And it's like I mean, I really, because I guess I've always been like, how do you say when you always read what's in the eyes of a
Yeah.
person. You all the time you have those feelings. You want to sense what's going on. So it's like the same thing when I'm with a crowd. You're like looking at them and really like trying to feel them in a way. But I guess it's also because, as I said, it's such an emotional thing to perform because it's like you're putting yourself out there. So it's just so crazy in a way. It's like it's super, it's crossing borders. But that's what's so great about it, and that's why I want it to be personal because then it moves you, and I want that. Otherwise, it would be boring.
Yeah, definitely. It could get boring, I guess, but I don't know. Your shows do look fun, at least from what we've seen in video. And you already have
Yeah.
lots of fans in Mexico. So I
Yeah,
think
I've seen
it
that
will be
on
really
Twitter.
interesting.
Yeah, that's not. I'm very, very excited to go there.
Yeah. And
But
have you
I
heard
really like
something
that.
about the festival or no?
Yeah, I've heard that it's like, obviously a great lineup, but also that it's a very happy festival. That was what I heard from a girl from Mexico the other day, and she said that like the audience is very, yeah, like there's a very good vibe and like energetic and like of course like a big festival, so it's like a lot of people.
Yes.
I love that. I love it, and I'm so excited to go to Mexico because I have really no idea what it's like,
Okay.
So I'm very excited. Yeah.
Yeah, the festival. I'll just tell you some things about the festival so that you know. It's like one of the biggest festivals in Mexico, like as a country in
Oh,
general. And yeah, we have this really great lineup, and many people from different states come to Mexico City to be in that festival. So, for example,
nice.
last year we had Miss Mister, and
Oh yeah. Oh, I love Miss.
yeah, they
They're my
made a
friends.
remix of one of your songs.
Yeah, I know. They're
Yeah,
so sweet.
I
So
liked it a
sweet.
lot actually.
Hmm.
But yeah, but the people, I mean, they were new on the scene, maybe like you, and the people just
Yeah,
went there
yeah.
and went crazy. So maybe you
Oh,
could
that's
expect
so
that. It
nice.
was nice.
Actually, I think Max from Miss Smith. I actually think he told me that about this Mexico and that people have been so good to them, like
Yeah.
taking care of him.
Oh,
So
Max is
that's
a
nice.
nice guy. I talked to him once. He was nice.
Yeah, he's so.
But yeah, you can expect like a lot of people to be there, I guess. It will be
Yeah, I
nice.
hope so. I hope.
Definitely, definitely. You know, I have this one last thing I want to talk about because
Yeah.
we're running out of time. But, you know, you have all these references to youth in Momo Youth and in your songs.
Yeah.
And when you talk, you mention like being young and this raw thing. Sometimes I think adults tend to have this image of like, oh, the youth these days, like the really older adults. And why do you think this happens? I mean, do you think we're similar to how they were once?
Yeah, I've actually thought about those things like many times. And I think they were like when they allowed themselves to be young back in the days, I guess that they were like us. The thing is that just now, in these days, in this modern world, people, they actually, they're teenagers up until their 40s. And some are like teenagers until the day they die, because we live in a world where it's like, the social media and everything, it's all about you, and me, so you don't really let go of all the fun and just go into like serious relationship, get your children and support your family. I mean, of course, a lot of people do that, but in the Western world, it's become more and more this, it's just about me and me all my life, and just about like discovery, blah blah, and I mean, which is nice in a way, but it's also maybe a bad thing. I don't know. It's just, I mean, at least I think egocentric, ego, like too much ego. That's never good.
Like the selfie culture.
Yeah, exactly. But
Yeah.
I mean, I like being young, as you said. I mean, I love not having that, and I hope I never get like that. I think it's important to maintain the child, within you. So
yeah,
go girl, go girl.
Actually, do you think our generation, like as a whole, will most people become like that? Like, oh, the youth these days with the next generations, or do you think we'll be different in that sense?
It's so hard to say. I mean, again, right now everything is controlled by social media. Like seriously. So and again, they're all about being young and beautiful and an eternal, perfection and all that stuff. So it's hard to say.
Yeah.
I have no idea. I hope for the best. That's the only thing I can say.
Yeah, me too. I think about it a lot, but that's why I asked.
Yeah. Yeah, no, but actually I think a lot about it too, but it's just I've always thought too much about it, so now I'm just like, we'll have to see. We'll just have to see.
I guess we will. But we're out of time. But it was so nice talking to you, Mo.
Nice talking to you too. Are you coming to Corona Festival?
Yeah, definitely. I will be there. I hope we get to interview you there again.
I'll see you there.
And have a beer or something.
Yeah. You should do that.
Yeah.
So,
well, thank you so much.
Have a nice day.
You too.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye.